Okay, hello. A really quick video. I just noticed something that tied still in with Piers Brosnan and actually today's date, the 12th, maybe into the 13th. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I'm going to show you it in just a second. We'll go through it. But I was just talking in the last video, or two videos back, about GoldenEye and the connection with Madonna in GoldenEye. We had a number jump, which I'll go to now and I'll show you, from Piers Brosnan's birthday through to yesterday's date, or you can fudge it around a little bit. So let's just do that right now. By the way, Die Another Day is the film that Madonna's actually in, the Bond film that Madonna's actually in. And so this is Piers Brosnan's birthday through to, I was showing you the 11th, okay, and obviously it could have worked for the 10th as well, but the 11th, and this was the number jump, 26569, and then if you click that, it was the 163rd square, so it's 163 squared. Now this was interesting because Madonna's halftime show, iPet Go, the middle of the Chart of Rain, all has this 163 encoded in it. It's actually a version of the golden ratio, so to speak. Okay, without spending ages explaining that, in Lucas numbers, 163 is basically 18 divided by 11. Okay, and in any of those number sequences, you take the larger number and the preceding number, divide the larger number by the preceding number, and it will give you a version of the golden ratio. And as you go through all those sequences, the further you go, the closer to the golden ratio you get. Okay, so so this was interesting, right? Anyway, nothing's transpired, I don't think, with Madonna. I didn't even check the news to see if there was any interesting stories with her or anything, but I'm sure if there had been, somebody would have put it in the comments. Anyway, so this was interesting, right? Now, what I spotted was, this is what I spotted that was interesting on top of this, is if you go to the following day now, and we just add in, click in the end date again. I think it was the following day. Let's click this and just check it and see what it is. Okay, yeah, it was this. Okay, so if you do that, 26571, the 26,571st composite number is 29800. So there's 298. Now, we had a lot of 289 stuff showing up before with Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump and connecting him with the White Wedding. So this is kind of interesting that 298 showed up. Well, if we go from 9/11 to 12 to today, the 12th, again 8920 days. Okay, so this 298 in reverse here is showing up again for this, connected in with 9/11, and it's connected in with Piers Brosnan and this composite number, the 26,571st composite number is tying in with that. Okay, I just thought that was interesting because we'd just been talking, just happened to notice that, So anyway, let me just go through very quickly one other 298 numerology number, which is Donald Trump's birthday through to today's day, 29,098. Okay, so we've got 298 numerology again with Donald Trump. So that was, again, I mean, what do you say? I mean, it's just interesting stuff. Now, if you recall, with Charlie Kirk's birthday to 9/11 was 2889, and then that also tied in with Donald Trump, because Donald Trump, if we went 28900 days from his birthday, it took us to This is the 44th anniversary of Charlie and Diana's wedding. Okay, this is the white wedding date. Okay, but again, it was in 1981. This is 44 years on from the original wedding date. Okay, so if I just put this here now, so we know that was 44 years previous was the white wedding. Well, if you go 44 days on from this date, right here, just go 44 days, and then you've got Charlie's death date. Okay, so this was all tied in with the white wedding stuff. Donald Trump, this 289 number, okay, the 44 numbers, okay, 44 extremely important with the white wedding. If you've been following along, you'll know why. Okay. Coincidentally, though, Charlie Kirk was 11611 days old on this date for Donald Trump's 289 number. Okay. So again, just fascinating stuff. And also, just to know, I think I've mentioned this before, but just so you know, if we just click that onto, hang on a minute. If we click this on now to our 14th or 13th, okay, you can click the end date here. It'd be good for the 13th or 14th. Charlie Kirk would have been 11811 days old. This is a super duper important number. Okay, 18 divided by 11 is that 163. It's the middle of our chart of Lorraine table. Okay, it's this point right here. Okay, very important. And 29 also reference that point. And 29, 729 is the white wedding. Yeah. So keeping all that in the back of your mind there. Actually, in the film, they reference Star Wars, and that is all what? Lucasfilm, yeah? Lucas numbers, okay? And yeah, they reference it towards the end of the film. They reference Star Wars. There's the gauntlet reference that we've gone through before with Madonna. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff. But anyway, I don't want to get bogged down with just talking wiffle waffle. So that's important there. What have we got here? I just thought we ought. This is okay. I can't remember why I had this in here. I don't think there's anything interesting actually. No. This is actually we're 200 in fact. The 14th again, 201 days, 44 years, 201 days on from the white wedding. This I'm going to come to this 201 here in just a minute because that's pretty important as well. But what have I got the start of here? Okay, let's. So we've had a couple of Donald Trump references in there. So let's. And I also had mentioned that I wanted to show you the follow the white rabbit decode in the dollar bill, and just one other really interesting thing before we get off of Die Another Day is that when this is Jinx, okay, and we've talked about Halle Berry before in different films, and she is actually super interestingly tied into Madonna as well, because I think I've got that in here somewhere. Maybe I don't. I thought I had it in here. Yeah, here we go. Let's have a little look here, right? This is Halle Berry's birthday through to 29. That was the white wedding date. Notice that she's got this 729 on the end of her numbers right here. Okay, so that number one was important. I can't remember if she was something crazy for this or not. I don't think so. No. It was just the fact that she was synchronizing with the 729 at the end of her number jump, and that, not mega important until you look at Madonna through to her birthday and you see that it's 2920 days. Okay, so 292 palindromic number in there, and obviously 29. We had a lot of stuff for 29 with Madonna. So again, the white wedding number popping up there. Okay, so you know this is important. This was the other. This is the other female character, the other main female character in the film, which we've talked about before, Rosamund Pike. And I can't remember who she plays. She plays something like, I can't remember her name, Frost or something like that. Miranda Frost, maybe. Anyway, we've got the jet line. It's 747. Okay, again, an interesting set of numbers to do with, again, with Lucas numbers, the 47, the silver. So this is very important with what we've been looking at. Anyway, let me show you something in the actual film here. They're going to meet for the first time, Jinx and Bond here, and you're going to hear why she's called Jinx.
Our friends call me Jinx.
My friends call me James Bond.
Very good.
Jinx, you say?
Jinx. Okay, get ready for it.
Born on Friday the 13th.
Born on Friday the 13th. You can't write it. Born on Friday the 13th. Tomorrow will be Friday the 13th, here in about 15 minutes. Okay, 14 minutes. So anyway, she is also an 8/14 birthday, which again with Lucas numbers, that is the, without spending ages explaining it, 8/14 is the hidden start date in Lucas numbers, which is 28 days earlier than 9/11. Yeah, 28 days earlier. So anyway, we're gonna move on from this now, though. Okay. I don't know why I had the Empire Strikes Back in there for some reason. You've got to remember, in Star Wars they do the trench run. Okay. And when they blow up the Death Star, which is the moon, okay, the evil moon, when they blow that thing up, what was I going to say? There are references to dam busters in the filming of that trench run. Okay, the Dam Busters, the film, Dam Busters, the actual real life thing as well. So the whole thing references back to the Hoover Dam, Death Star. Okay, right. This number jump here is actually the steam train in Back to the Future. The actual real life steam train's birthday. I don't know why I had this in here, but let's just look at it real quick. No, it wasn't anything. I think what it was, it's to do with these numbers here. On Biff's car, his number plate has these same numbers on it, but not in this order. So this is the exact same numbers that are on his number plate, but in a different order. And then on the other steam train, it's just something I noticed, you know. On the other steam train, from the Montparnasse steam train, if you've been following the channel, through to Madonna's birthday, this number here, okay, which is also a 22,944 if you want it to be, but if you look at this number, it's 256 prime, okay, 2560th prime, but you can pull that 256 out of there, and 256 is a 16th square, 2 to the power of 8 again, this 28 stuff coming up, and it's 201. And so remember, 201 days from the White Wedding this last year, 201 days is 214. Okay. So again, just little bits and dribs and drabs of stuff here. I can't remember what this was. This is Channel Tunnel stuff again. 11606. And what I just wanted to make people aware of is this is the 129 numerology showing up in here again. So we had Madonna just previous in the couple of videos back. We were talking about her 129 stuff. Okay, and this is also a channel tunnel date when they broke through for the first time. Okay, note also the 1 to 889, but really what we're looking at when we look at this number here, 1533rd, notice that has Donald Trump's numbers here, and I think, yeah, it was 129 numerology again with the composite number. So kind of round in circles with the 129 stuff, and also interestingly enough, Halle Berry with her stuff here. I think this might have been 129 stuff as well. Yeah, this was 19291. So she's palindromic on this composite number connected to this number. So again, I mean, you know, lots of 29 stuff because of the wedding number, right? Anyway, what else did I have to show in here? So back with train references, because of course the thought is something's going to happen to Madonna in the Channel Tunnel. Okay, because there's been lots of connections with that. So what I want to do is I want to show you a couple more things. I've got, actually, let me show you two more things with Die Another Day. So the bad guy, Toby Stevens here, happens to share the Queen's birthday there, which is interesting. So obviously he's the bad guy, the main bad guy, so he'd be somebody to look at for Madonna, sharing the Queen's birthday as well. We look at him through to Madonna's birthday. Let's look at this number. Okay, 26 star. Yeah, Madonna 2662 in the gematria. Okay, so that's already crazy. Lucky star. His birthday through to 213, 20,753. Let's look at this one as well. 238, 2338. 238 is the release date of Guy Ritchie's film Snatch, and there's a ton of Madonna references in that film. So seeing that 238 stuff coming up, especially with Kobe Bryant and also with Teen Wolf and all this stuff, you know, you see that sort of stuff showing up. It's interesting. Right, what else? Let's go on to Donnie Darko real quick. So let's just do this. Because everybody's been talking about the White Rabbit again. Follow the White Rabbit, and because of Bad Bunny being at the Super Bowl and everything. Anyway, I thought, let me show you Follow the White Rabbit on the dollar bill really quickly. Right, so let's move this out of the way. Stick it down there. So follow the White Rabbit. Here are the bunny ears. There's the bunny ears there, and then they show up over here. So we need to follow the White Rabbit across over to this side of the dollar bill, right? We need to follow the White Rabbit, the bunny ears. Right. Let's go from this side of the dollar bill first and go over to that side. Follow the White Rabbit. So we've got two leaves here. We've got 5 leaves down the bottom here, and then if you count carefully and look carefully, you'll see there's 4 berries. So we go from 254, the 254th day of the year is 9/11, okay, the 11th of September. Then we need to get over to this side of the dollar bill, okay. So what we need to do is we need to count up what's in the middle here with leaves and berries. Here is 1 berry here, 1, okay. Here is 5 leaves, and here is the other 5 leaves, okay. So we're going to go 155 days from 9/11. 155 days is going to take us to a date that is on this other side of the dollar bill. Let's see what we've got. We've got a 2 here with the leaves, we've got a 3, and we've got 1 berry. What is this? 213. Okay, if you do a 155-day jump from 9/11, it will take you to 213, the 13th of February. It's written here, 13th of February. The number jump is right here in the middle. The other set of numbers here indicates 9/11, okay, the 254th day of the year. Follow the White Rabbit. Neo, Neo, Neo. Neo. Neo, follow the white rabbit. Yeah, these bunny ears are white. Okay. I don't know what else to say about that other than there you go. Dollar bill, white rabbit. So 213 is a big day for the Hoover Dam because, of course, when you cut across here, when you fold that right there, what you end up with is this bottom part here is the dam with, and the ruffles here as the water coming over the dam. Can you make that out? Okay, and there's the blooming mushroom cloud there. Okay, as the thing blows up, one would assume. Okay, that's the white rabbit. That's follow the white rabbit in the dollar bill. Now, we had the white rabbit. Yeah, this is Bad Bunny dressed in white. The white rabbit. I'm assuming this is the connection people are making with Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl. Okay, so the next connection is, what is he? Oh, page marker won't work. Okay, great. What is he wearing on his shirt here? The number 64. Let's go and find where we've seen a reference to the Bad Bunny before and the number 64. So this Bad Bunny here gives Donnie Darko a set of numbers. This Bad Bunny, okay, in Donnie Darko. This is the white rabbit here, okay, follow the white rabbit. Okay, this is the numbers that Donnie Darko writes on his arm from Frank, okay. Let's look. We've got 28. That just happened to be 28. Just happened to be. Let's put a line there, big. 28 just happened to be Super Bowl, didn't it? And then look what the white rabbit is wearing at the Super Bowl. Bad Bunny. He's wearing the number 64 on his shirt. Okay. Now, what's the date today? 2/12. 2/12. Okay. Today's date is 2/12. Moving into what? 2/13. Let me show you something else about this though. And thank you to there was somebody that left a comment about this on my channel. I can't remember the name. It was some. It wasn't it was just some letters that didn't. I don't think that made an actual word. And then also, sorry. And then there was also Steve Fletcher has also been talking about this. Different dates, different ideas, but has also been talking about this as well. I'm assuming because of the white rabbit at the Super Bowl there. Okay. Let's look at this one now, and I'll draw on here. So if we go from 2/8 and we were to go 6 days now, that could take us to a point which is actually a crossover point between two dates. So if we count 6 days on from there, what it's going to do is going to take you to 2/13, follow the white rabbit, into 2/14. Okay, and the point at which you go into these two is the midnight hour. This is the midnight hour, so it's either 12 or, I'm going to put it, 2400 hours. Okay, on a 24-hour clock. Okay, so those are the numbers where you're gonna end up crossing the line. Okay, notice here we've got a 42, which could be a 24, and we've got a 12. So that is extremely interesting as well. I don't know what else to say about it. Let's go to this, and I'll just show you a couple other things. This is the release date for Donnie Darko, one of the release dates. This is like I can't remember if it was a Sundance or something. Anyway, whatever it was, festival. 25 years, 25 days. 25, 25. How much are we talking about the number 25? Is there anything interesting with this? I can't remember. 8021. Marginally interesting because you can do this and that would be 820. Yeah, 82 again. Right. What else we got here, Dan? Oh, here we go. This is the other release date. Of course, that number there coincides with Back to the Future as well, and it's 8877. 24 years, 111 days. That is absolutely interesting as well. Well, what's this? 8877 is 7770. Oh, jackpot. Jackpot right there. Okay. What else? I don't know what else to say about it. Look, let me explain. The 6 days on from 2/8. 6 days on from this date, as you can see. If you're on 5 now, when you get to your 6th day, boom, that's the switch over. Okay, switch over. You're going to switch over. So we're looking at tomorrow night, or tonight, tomorrow night. It's just switched over now. Funny, I'm talking about that. We're talking about that switch over. Okay, at the midnight hour into the 14th. Is it going to happen? Probably not. But you know, we're in a big hotspot for stuff. I'm telling you, it's just been absolutely crazy the last couple of weeks with all this stuff. So I don't know what else to say. We've done everything there, I think. Yeah, that's everything. Jinx, Friday the 13th, unbelievable, die another day. So I've still got my eyes and ears peeled for Madonna. Whether or not that'll actually transpire or not, I don't know, but this is definitely interesting because that number is in the middle of the arm. Yeah, Donnie Darko's arm. And we've got the Bad Bunny reference, the White Rabbit reference here. Why does he wear white rabbit? He's the White Rabbit. And you've got to follow the White Rabbit. Neo has got to follow the White Rabbit from one side of the dollar bill to the other. It's 155 days from 9/11 to 2/13. Fascinating, isn't it? Yeah, I think we could leave it there. And also, yeah, there's our 155 there as well, which is quite interesting on the back end of that number. And I could waffle on about 915 as well, because that is a super duper interesting number as well to do with all this, and to do with balancing out with the 44 stuff. But we're not going to worry about it. Was there anything I want to show you in here? No, I don't think so. No. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on another one soon.